That's, in fact, the way the United States is reacting is quite important to look at. Under the Biden administration, which has expanded Trump's policies, China is to be, the official term is, China is to be encircled by sentinel states, which are heavily armed with precision weapons provided by the United States aimed at China. That's a ring, South Korea, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, trying to bring in India, which partially takes part, but keeping its options open. As one of the elements of encircling China is enormous naval exercises, RIMPAC they're called, Rim of the Pacific, enormous US organized naval exercises plainly aimed at China. India participates, but it also participates in Russia-China naval military operations, basically keeping its options open. You have to be very careful reading the Western press on this, because there's a lot of outright deceit. A very clear example has to do with India, which is pretty much at the center of a lot of this. The U.S. has been pressing very hard for India to join with it in isolating from Russia and supporting the sanctions regime. Well, there was a meeting in Samarkand a couple of weeks ago where Putin and Prime Minister Modi of India met. The US and European press have made a major effort to show that Modi broke with Russia at that meeting. Take a look closely. They seize him on 6 words. When they met, Modi's first words to Putin were, "War is not the answer." This has been highlighted all over the Western press. It's a total fraud. Take the trouble to look up the Indian government website. Takes 2 minutes. Modi was giving practically a love letter to Putin. He starts by saying, "War is not the answer. Let's move together to peace. We'll maintain our traditionally warm relations. We'll even improve them. They're unbreakable," and so on. All of that is censored out of Western commentary. Literally. I mean, Indian commentators have noted it, but try to find a word in the West outside of people on the margins, like I write about it, a couple of others. And this is one indication of how you have to be very careful at reading commentary and discussion in a world of intensive indoctrination and propaganda. A lot of things you have to be very cautious about. Well, this is a striking example. There are others.